Hello again, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Deni Kay and I'm here today with 5 tips for the whiskey enthusiast. Very straightforward, common sense, pragmatic tips. Some of you may already be using these tips. If not, hopefully there is 1 or 2 that you're able to implement because I think that they can absolutely change the overall experience for whiskey enthusiasts. I will start off with what I would consider to be the most important, and then I'll go through to something that I think is a very fun little tip indeed. Now, number 1 is Whisky Catalogue, an inventory list, whatever you would like to call it, a ledger, whether you handwrite it, use an app, a spreadsheet. I quite simply just use Google Sheets, which is an online Excel sheet. I will never lose it. I can access it from my computer or my phone. And all it quite simply does is tell me, the bottle, when I've purchased it, how much I've purchased it for, whether it is open or closed, and then I can leave some commentary. So if I'm looking for a bottle and I can't find it, I can always go back to my list and see whether I've finished it or whether it should be tucked away in a cabinet somewhere closed, waiting for me. You can also do it for open bottles, tasting notes, things along those lines as well, but a very important tip indeed. Number 2, Whisky Care. I don't need to talk about caring your whiskey in terms of keeping out of sunlight and temperature and everything along those lines. But when you do open a bottle, if you don't intend on finishing it in a very short period of time, there are things that you can do, whether it be argon gas, whether it be decanting into a smaller bottle, sample bottles, things in that nature. If it is a bottle that you would like to keep on the shelf for a while, there are some people that will say, well, parafilm, does it work or not? Some people will debate that. However, it certainly won't hurt. Things like that you can absolutely do, whether you mark fill levels on the back of the bottle, of the neck, the glass, things along those lines. Very, very important one indeed. Number 3, tools. So do you have the right tools? So the first one I would say is glassware, whether it be a Glencairn, whether it be a blender's glass. I use Luigi Bormioli Vinoteq glasses, whether it be a cognac, a brandy balloon, a glass, whatever it is that you need. Do you have the right glassware? Droppers, do you just use a spoon out of a glass if you need to add water to your dram? Also, if something happens where a cork breaks, first of all, do you have spare corks? I quite simply just keep spare corks in an empty tin or tube from bottles that I have finished if a cork breaks, and I did a short video on this a while ago. Do you have filter, cheesecloth, coffee cloths, a prong opener to be able to help you get the cork out, things along these lines. If you get stuck and you don't have these tools, then potentially in a little bit of trouble. Number 4, almost getting to one of my favorites at number 5, but number 4 is a whiskey club, and what I'm talking about is getting together with like-minded people sharing a dram. And obviously you get together virtually, if not in person, each bring a bottle, you chip in, potentially buy bottles that you may not be able to afford otherwise, whether everyone brings one bottle and you are the expert and you get to educate other people. There are many formats, but I think it is a very, very great experience and very, very rewarding to be part of a whiskey club, local whiskey club with like-minded people. And for me, very, very fun one is to decant bottles that you've opened that you really enjoy into smaller sample bottles. So whether it be 30ml or 50ml, an inexpensive tool in a label maker, a container like this that you can buy in any sort of larger big box retailer or hardware store, and you can keep them in there as long as you've got quality glass sample bottles with a quality lid. The fantastic thing is when you have finished something and years later you can go back. If you can't find another bottle, you've still got 50ml there to drink, to be able to share, to send to friends, things along those lines. I think it is an absolutely fantastic thing. That is my 5th tip. 5 tips for the whiskey enthusiasts right there. Hope that you're able to take something and implement that into your repertoire. Thank you very much once again. Cheers to you. Till next time.